welcome back to another episode of That Don't Sound Right, a podcast about talking. We're your co-hosts. I'm Peter Billman.
I'm Cecil Davis.
And we're just trying to have a conversation the good old-fashioned way. No Google, no fact-checking. Those things can so easily kill the conversation.
So I had a good conversation this week that I didn't want to kill.
All right.
I'm not going to go too far into the car part of this.
This is part of our long-standing car episode. Is that what we're going to get into?
Where we lose lots of listeners
in
the first 30 seconds.
So this is not a car episode.
Not a car episode.
This is just a what?
But this is just a conversation.
Okay, all right.
This is really a shout out to Desert Classic Parts.
Desert Classic Parts?
Right.
I'm going to look them up as you talk.
I ordered a part that I needed for the Ranchero because I had to override a power source. And it didn't. The piece worked perfectly, but the Ranchero has some little different wiring, as you might say, from 1961. And so I called them and said, "Hey, this is what's going on." And Bill stayed on the phone, walked me through the whole problem that he thought might be happening.
Desert Classic Parts
sent me a diode, for free, and then sent me a gauge tester for free. As just a kind of a thank you.
What kind of gauge tester is this?
That's one that you're going to need on your Scout before it's all over with.
So it does fuel,
temperature, and oil, I think.
Oh my gracious, you're right.
Yeah, but that was just as a thank you. I was just saying it was a good conversation.
Patent pending. Did you see that? He's got a patent on this bad boy.
And that was great customer service, which is rare.
Really? Well, I'll have to look him up. I have a feeling I'm going to need some classic parts from the desert.
Yes. Yeah, you may with your rebuild. But anyways, that was a good conversation.
Well, I'm glad he helped you.
Yeah, and thanks again for
shout out to Desert
Classic Parts.
Desert Classic Parts. Very good.
Home of excellent customer service.
We'll put him on the show notes.
All right. So tonight we're talking about hippie graffiti or trail graffiti.
Whoa.
Or forest graffiti.
This is wait.
I don't even know what the name of it is.
Okay, but you said hippie graffiti.
Hippie graffiti, but it's roiling.
Let's stop right there and say that don't sound right.
It don't, but it's roiling the outdoor world as we speak.
Is this part of our series where we claim that we are an over-enraged culture?
We're over-enraged. It's my understanding is.
Yeah.
Now we've established that you and I both have done some backpacking in our lives.
Yes, backpacking, hiking, getting lost. Going places we maybe shouldn't have gone.
Yes. Well, yeah, you especially.
Yeah.
We went to the gorge.
I think you did too.
Well,
I think we have an episode on that.
But you were a scout, right?
No, I was not.
You were not a scout.
I was not a scout. I was not a scout.
I was in RAs, Royal Ambassadors, which was a Southern Baptist quasi.
Right.
Much more focused.
And I was in Boys
missions.
Brigade, which is also a quasi scout type.
So we had
for boys.
We had outdoor lessons.
How often did you go outside?
We'd have campouts like every year, like probably once a year or something.
Okay.
But one of the things I remember we would learn. Did you ever learn trail signs with rocks?
Trail signs?
Yeah.
No.
So like if you stack rocks in certain ways, it means like you either went to the left of the trail, the right of the trail, straight ahead. And
something more than a rock set up in an arrow?
Well, those are the ones set up in arrow for directional.
Because
Yeah, but there were also, you would stack rocks in certain ways, and it was also lead people that were coming behind.
Look at these beautiful rocks you got here.
Great rocks.
So for those that are listening, you can't see. We've got 3 different types of rock.
Yeah, that's probably
this one's kind of a golden, translucent color. Is this
that's a piece of quartz.
Quartz, okay.
That's probably part of a geode, and we're gonna say that's metamorphic rock.
Metamorphic? Well, that could be.
Just making
I'm seeing some layers.
There's layers.
What's the word for layers?
Strata
rock? Okay.
Maybe.
Here it is.
But I don't remember the signs, but I remember us learning that like if you come upon the trail and you have 3 rocks stacked on top of each other, it had a meaning, like you'll meet you here, or that you were still on the trail, or something like that.
Okay.
Much the same way.
I've not heard of such rock formations.
There were
besides arrows.
Right. There were arrows.
Spelling out the word "stop" here.
Or maybe just writing a note that says "turn right."
Well, not everyone has a pen and pencil.
But you could stack rocks and communicate with people that were coming behind you.
Okay.
Was the idea.
Right. Okay.
So we learned like 3 or 4 little symbols for that.
So what do you remember these symbols?
I do not. I had a handbook.
Can you guess?
One, they were usually directional, like stay on trail or to the right or to the left.
Okay, all right,
But
all right.
again,
But can you remember what the formation was?
well, one of them was three stacked on top of each other,
Okay,
and
so
it
that
meant
means
something.
something.
Yeah, it means
Okay,
something.
all right.
I cannot
What would
remember.
be another example of a
Would the directionals?
four stacked on
Yeah,
top of
I
each other?
don't think four means anything, but three had a meaning.
Okay.
But I can't remember what it meant. So we had, that would be one of the things that you would learn. But evidently, in the wilderness areas of our nation now, people are going into creeks.
Mhm.
Have you've seen this, right? What I'm getting ready to describe.
Keep going.
Okay, people are going into creeks or wilderness areas and making rock formations much higher than three rocks. So
Oh, right.
stack up
Stacks of
of
rocks.
rocks.
Yes, yes.
So let's say
Seen
you're
this plenty on the east, on the west, in the west when
Yeah.
there's plenty of rocks in the desert, right?
Yeah.
In fact, there's not much to see in the desert except
Yeah.
for rocks.
And so you'll be walking along a path.
Yeah.
And then there'll be these rocks that are stacked up in a formation. And evidently this enrages a certain group of people that are outdoorsmen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Outdoor enthusiasts.
Outdoor enthusiasts.
There's some outdoor enthusiasts that do not appreciate.
Yeah, and so they
this
will
kind of rock
tear them
sculpture
down anytime they see them. They'll
Okay.
YouTube it and they'll Instagram
Oh,
it
really?
that they are destroying.
So they're enraged over this,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
will
Right.
to the point they will IG themselves,
Yes.
pushing them down.
And instructing you not to do this.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
not to build these things, to leave them in the streams, let people see
The natural.
natural as it is intended.
Have you heard? I've heard of techniques for building these. Because have you ever tried building them? Building one?
No.
It is surprisingly hard.
Really?
You would think, yeah, I'm just going to take some rocks and stack them up. Because of the odd shapes and the odd surfaces and the center of gravities being just in the wrong spot, it is actually not that easy to do this. But there are tricks.
Really?
Yeah.
What are the tricks?
Well, one trick is you sprinkle a little sand on top of the rock that gives it a good landing base. And then you blow out the excess sand, so you really can't see that you use sand to stack it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you doing this?
I am not.
People that are doing
I've
this?
tried doing it. I'm no good at it, but I really don't have the patience to do it.
I would have a hard time stacking more than three rocks.
Yeah, exactly.
And two of these are flat.
Right.
Are you enraged by that?
Like I'm not.
If you were hiking, if you were backpacking, and you crossed the creek and you
looked
down the creek and you saw
yeah.
these towers of rocks with that.
I'm trying to remember. I think there was at one point where I was hiking and I came across a creek and I did stare down the creek and I saw a lot of them. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure I like that. Now, along the trail itself, doesn't bother me.
Right.
It doesn't bother me. It's no different than seeing the holes in the ground from walking poles, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that?
Yes.
So it's the same. You're going to see signs of humans no matter where you go. But I think there was this one time where it was excessive. I think a couple of them I can deal with, but I remember this. I can't remember if it was out west, and it was a dried up creek, and man, there was just
stacks and stacks.
I mean, it's over the next drop off, it was just stacks and stacks and stacks. And I just thought to myself, that's a little. That's a little much, but one here and there didn't bother me.
Right.
I would say that even though it did bother me a little, it did not enrage me to the point where I video myself knocking them down, going on a rant, and explaining to the internet why this was so bad.
Yeah, so it's evidently got some people upset.
So what's your reaction to them?
I don't know yet. I don't think I've seen any hiking.
Have you not? Where have you seen them?
I've just seen it on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any hiking. I've seen plenty of graffiti of hiking. Like I'm not a big one for.
Oh, I don't like the graffiti.
Where people
like spray paint?
No, like where people carve things in the trees.
Oh yeah, I don't care.
I'm not a big deal. I don't particularly like that.
Yeah.
If you're doing it on an AT shelter, I don't have a problem with that. Like if you carve something into an AT shelter, I feel like
it's man-made.
It's man-made,
right?
But when you start carving in the trees, but I can't think of anything I've seen hiking that someone stacked up like that bothers me.
I'm guessing I probably saw it out west then.
Yeah.
Not so much here on the East Coast.
I don't remember ever looking at a creek and seeing them stacked up. Not at least to the point where it bothered me.
when I was hiking the Appalachian Trail in Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
especially the northern part of that trail is similar to basically all of Pennsylvania, which is just a big pile of gray rocks.
Yeah.
That's what you're hiking on.
Yep.
And it is hard on the ankles. It's hard on the knees.
Yep.
And it's just hard on your brain because you really have to pick every step very carefully. And if you're going to see one of those, that's where you'd see it. But I'm guessing people up there are so sick of rocks. The last thing they want to do is pick one up and stack it up. If anything, they want to throw rocks and make them all flat as much as possible.
The interesting thing to me about this is you probably grew up the same way I did, is that when you backpack or hike, you're supposed to leave no trace.
You know, I think that was relatively a new thing when I was in high school. I think that's when that was coming around, the leave no trace movement.
Yeah. So only leave footprints was like one of the slogans. Pack in, pack out.
Yeah.
So anything you pack in, you packed it out.
Yeah.
You didn't leave any trash. You didn't burn trash necessarily.
Yeah.
You didn't pick flowers. You didn't move rocks. Guys I backpack with would make fun of me because I would fluff the campsite before I left.
No, I'm right with it. I'm right there with you. Yeah. Put the leaves, get the unmat the leaves.
Right.
Even,
so describe what you're talking about.
Dismantle the fire. Describe what?
The fluffing the campsite.
So when you set up a tent at a campsite, especially at a not well used campsite, your tent and your sleeping bag push down the leaves, mat them down, and so when you bring up your campsite, your tent, as you walk away, you can see basically, man, something heavy and flat just mashed everything down.
Yeah.
And so part of leaving no trace is to go there and literally take a branch or your foot and just kind of rough up the leaves, get them stirred back up. Yeah. So it doesn't look like someone was sleeping there for a month. Right. And it's just leave it try to make it look natural for the next person or leave the person passing by.
Exactly. Yeah. So I would do that. I would always fluff the campsite.
No, I don't think I used that term, but definitely,
I think that's my friend's term.
But definitely return it back to its. Yeah. Even though there's hardly any underbrush there, and even though, it's pretty bare anyway. But just to make it look like no one was there. Dismantle your campfire ring.
I will do that. I won't make a campfire ring. I'll only use a campfire ring if there's one there.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually I don't build a fire unless there's an existing campfire ring.
Okay.
But campfires are.
That's hard to leave no trace if you're going to build a campfire.
Yeah, it's hard not, and
especially a new one.
Right. Yeah. So there's always always bothers me when people leave like cords tied to trees or stuff kind of laying around the campsite, or they don't pack all the stuff out, because even if I burn stuff in the fire, if it's any remnants of it, I'll pack that out.
Yeah.
Like if I burn a can, I'll pack the can out, whatever.
Right.
But I think that's where the people get enraged with the rock stacking, is that they want it to look natural.
That's right.
And other people are thinking this is probably art or fun or
but in some ways, when you look, if it's well done, if it's well placed, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah. I think one or two of them, oh, that's pretty. Yeah. But a whole forest of them, that's a little, a little much.
Yeah, if I was looking up a mountain stream, I don't think I'd want to see a bunch of rock stacks. I was thinking about it. I'm not big for people moving rocks in a stream, period.
Really? You're an anti-rock mover.
I think I am, now that we started talking about it.
Okay.
Now, when you're kids, you'd go into a stream and move a lot of rocks to try to dam it up,
of course,
or make a pool or that kind of stuff.
I mean, but a couple of years ago, I would do this.
Well, right here in our neighborhood, there's Silas Creek runs through our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And if you go down to Park Wars, kids have dammed it up now, so there's actually a pretty decent.
Oh, is there really?
Yeah, they've got a rope swing.
Swimming? Where is this?
On Park Wars.
On the park? Okay.
They have moved the rocks enough that they have created kind of a deep pool.
No kidding.
I don't know that it's deep enough, but they have a rope swing. Yeah,
that's fun.
But there's several points along that stream that people have moved the rocks.
Well, the Native Americans were doing this for years.
Damming up streams.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, they wouldn't dam them up as much as they would definitely create the pool.
Right.
They would create a V-shaped rock
Mm.
wall, and the water would just, what would be very fast moving water would be a lot slower moving water, and that allowed them to fish.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it kind of pulled the fish in that area, and so they could fish. And some of these dams are still standing today on the Shenandoah River.
Oh,
They're
right.
there. I've seen them on the New River, at least pieces of them on the New River.
Yeah.
The Clinch River up in Virginia. These things are still standing. They're really fascinating. The fact that they built them and all these floods, those things are still there.
Yeah.
No concrete, no rebar, just well placed rocks.
Now, I will stack rocks if I need to create a small pool if I'm pumping water.
Yeah.
I have done that.
Yeah.
And that creates a different vibe to the creek. So if somebody's coming after me, everything's obviously been moved.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't necessarily break that down after I do it.
No, right.
Yeah.
Another reason why you move rocks in a creek is if you're hunting for bait. So there's usually some big mayfly larvae that are underneath the rocks.
Yeah.
And then the other thing you do is you're looking for crayfish.
Yeah.
Pick up that rock, get that crayfish, put that rock back.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You put the rock back?
It's fun. Most of the time, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
When I worked as a camp counselor,
I take that back. I put it back if there's no crayfish.
Right.
If there's a crayfish, I'm putting that rock down. I'm going after crayfish. But I'm putting it back in the creek in a random spot, so I don't feel like I've disturbed I don't think I've disturbed it all.
Natural order.
Yeah, I don't think I've. I don't think I'll enrage any YouTubers or Instagrammers for moving a rock within the creek.
Well, rocks were like a big deal at camp because we had a rock road.
Yeah.
And we always would tell the boys, because kids would pick up the rocks and throw them into the pond.
Okay.
And I just remember the saying was like, if every kid picks up a rock and throws it in the pond, eventually the pond will be where the rocks are and the rocks will be where the pond is, which would never have happened in a billion years. But
right.
Yeah. But that's at least what we threatened them with.
We were probably more worried about the road losing all its rocks and then washing away into the pond.
That was the bigger concern. Or someone missing and popping another camper upside
the
head.
Stop throwing rocks at your neighbor.
Right. That was the big concern. We weren't necessarily concerned about.
Well, I'm curious to look up some of these enraged hikers.
Yeah. No, look on YouTube or Instagram and you'll see people that are very upset about the stacking of rocks.
The question, though, we do have is, what's the name of this? What are the name of these things?
I don't know what they're called.
What are these rock stacks?
And I don't know
Have you ever been to Bryce?
Against them.
Have you ever been to Bryce Canyon?
Out west?
Yeah.
No.
Have you seen pictures of Bryce Canyon?
Yes.
You know what those are called?
No.
Hoodoos.
Really?
Yeah, but
they're natural.
They're natural. Yeah. They kind of look like rocks stacked up.
Yeah, they do.
But they're really just dirt and rock formations.
So we've talked about people that are knocking down the rocks, but I wonder why people are stacking rocks to begin with.
Oh.
I mean, if it's an artistic
Why do you
thing.
think?
I guess people think it's artistic.
I think it's the challenge.
Oh, really?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's something to do to pass the time. If you're
Maybe
sitting there,
game.
if you're sitting there eating lunch against the creek,
right?
You pass time, see if you can stack these rocks, man.
See if you can stack the most rocks.
It's a good contest.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe you're right.
Or they want to mark that they were there. Just another, instead of carving on a tree, we stack rocks. Eventually, the water will rise and wash them out, and off they go. Eventually, they will fall.
Yeah, these stacks will not survive any type of high water.
Right. In fact, they might not even survive some wind, and they certainly won't survive a YouTuber.
So if you haven't heard of this, it's not a phenomenon. If you haven't heard of this trend and the anti-trend, look it up.
Look it up.
Yeah,
and
there's some very angry people out there.
I wonder if any of our listeners are enraged.
Or rock stackers.
Or are actually rock stackers. We'll preserve your identity.
Yeah.
Unless you want us to put your name out there. But just know you'll have a horde of angry YouTubers coming after you.
I think we probably have more rock stackers in our audience than we have rock
I think so, too.
Yeah. Well, that would be my guess.
That would be a good guess.
Yeah.
That would be a good guess.
Right. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Now it makes me want to go stack some rocks just to see what will happen.
You have a creek right back over here, don't you?
Mm-hmm. I do.
We could start.
Yeah. It's got lots of rocks in it.
Actually, and that would be an interesting place to do it, right? Is in a residential creek.
Right.
You'd expect it in a residential creek.
Right. Yeah, because kids are in there all the time anyway, throwing rocks around and moving
Right.
stuff around, creating dams like we were
Right.
talking about.
And they're the ones that are going to knock it down. It's like building a tower of blocks, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to knock that down.
Yeah. Yeah. It would be hard for me if I was hiking and I saw one, not to knock it down, not because of I was angry with it, but just to watch it fall.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the other reason they're doing it.
Just to
They're
watch it
providing you entertainment down the road.
Yeah. But the other thing that, like on the trail, like there's so many other things to get mad about on the trail that people do that are bad. And that's like, littering, leaving
Yeah,
stuff
right,
behind,
right.
defacing things,
Chopping down a tree,
chopping down trees, or almost
Setting-
chopping down a tree and just leaving this tree.
setting an abandoned car on fire.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's so many other. I mean,
Something tells me those YouTubers are enraged by that also.
oh yeah, I'm sure.
But you're right. We don't need to be enraged by rock
The
stacking.
rock stackers.
But
All right.
what do we know?
Oh.
We're gonna knock them down anyway.
All right. It don't sound right, but you've come to the end of this episode of That Don't Sound Right.
Hey, we want to thank everyone for listening and watching. If this is your first time, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Also, if you're that longtime viewer or listener, think about leaving us a review or leaving us a rating so others can easily find us and join the conversation.
That Don't Sound Right is a production of TDSR Podcast in conjunction with Camel City Studios. I am your co-host and your
Sound engineer.
Peter is your other host, and your web designer. Camille is your barista. Ashley Olivia helped us out tonight. Emily does your graphic design. Ella does your Instagram. Giorgio tests our merchandise. Brent is our international brand ambassador.
Still, it will always be.
And as always, listener number one is
Scott.
So until next week, keep talking.
And stay curious.